Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. Today's adventure brings me to Little York Lake in central New York. We're going to go check it out today, see how it goes. Follow along. Alright everybody, this is Little York Lake. And it is a little lake. Not too bad at all. And you can see traffic way over there. That's Interstate 81 right there. So yes, this is Little York Lake. It's located in Yorkville, New York, which is north of Portland, New York. It's a very popular area. I put in at Dwyer Memorial Park and the place is packed down there. There's lots of people in the water. There's picnics going on. So the place is very popular, and judging by the number of houses on the shore here, the shoreline is pretty well taken up. We got 81 over on one side, and all the rest of the shore has houses or camps on it. So it is a very popular area. So what caught my attention on this lake was that there's a few legends here. One legend is that there is a medicinal spring here that gives eternal youth free of sickness, as well as there's a legend that there's ruins of an ancient civilization at the bottom of this lake. I don't know how deep this lake is. I could see bottom for a while coming out, and I didn't see any ruins of any kind of civilization. But when European settlers arrived here in the 18th century, the lake became home of several mills. In the 1890s, the lake became a source of business for harvesting and selling ice. Little York Park sits on the northern shore, and in 1906 a pavilion was built, and over the years the park was used for concerts and dancing, swimming, fireworks, picnics, all sorts of good stuff. The park was originally owned and operated by the Portland County Traction Company, but as the Great Depressions hit the country in the 1930s, the Traction Company went out of business. In 1931 the park was sold and then abandoned. So 10 years after the park was abandoned, the voters approved a public referendum for the county to buy the park with plans to restore it. Those plans never went into action until after World War II, and the plans were drawn up by then Highway Superintendent William Dwyer. And in 1952, the park was reopened, and today the pavilion still stands over 100 years and it's still in use. And it's the summer theater for the Cortland Repertory Theater. And now the park is known as Dwyer Memorial Park. And there was a lot of people there when I came through. But it is a nice day. We do have some dark clouds though showing up in the air right now. I'll tell you what, the other night I had a really scary situation at the camper. I had no signal at my site over on Balsam Pond, and my phone was just sitting there on the table out front. I just got a fire going when it went off. The emergency toned, and I picked it up, and this was on there, and I'm like, holy Jesus, a tornado was coming in. So you're in a camper, where do you go? I'm out in the middle of the woods. So I started to pull my awning in, and I had about 20 inches left pulling that awning in, when all of a sudden I go over to my right, I could hear the whoosh, and the trees were just starting to bend. And I was like, holy Jesus, here we go. And once I got the awning in, I headed around the camper to roll up, to close the windows, and then went outside to grab my chair. I threw it in the back of my truck, because the back of my truck was open. And I closed it all up, got into the truck because the hail started coming down, and I put the window up in the truck, and I decided, well, you know what, I'm in the woods here, I can't lose both the camper and the truck. So I took off with the truck down to the water where there's a parking area, and kind of free of trees, and I sat there in the truck, and the truck was kind of rocking back and forth with the wind. And as quickly as it rolled in, it was over. And luckily I went back up to the camper. Everything's good. No trees came down, other than scared the crap out of me last night. I just got the fire going, and everything was nice and quiet. And all of a sudden I heard this big crack, and then you could hear a tree fall somewhere in the woods around me. Oh, but that was a scary situation. And since I'm a little bit south of where this video took place, this is at Mohawk Valley Community College, and yeah, that was probably, I don't know, 25 miles from me. So it was quite the hairy situation there. I haven't had a hairy situation like that in a long time, but now it's not a bad day. It's about 75, 76 degrees out, but the clouds are a little bit dark. I'm not supposed to get any rain. It said no rain today. So hopefully the clouds will blow off and somebody else gets the rain. But I'm going to paddle around a little bit more and then go find my next adventure. Alright folks, you watched all the way through. Thanks for that. If you liked the video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button down below. Continue to follow the adventure. And remember, folks, tomorrow is no guarantee for any one of us. So disconnect from that Wi-Fi, connect to this out here. You won't be disappointed.